question for you, and I hope you haven't been looking at
haven't.
my screen. Not that you could read it anyways, because you have bad eyesight.
Thanks, man. Love you too.
I want you to predict. You have the schedule in front of you, but I have ticket prices as of right now.
Oh, man.
The lowest ticket price, just to get in the door, I want to know what you think is the highest ticket price and the lowest ticket price. This is on ESPN.com, so this might not be like super accurate across the internet, but make a prediction. What do you think is the lowest? Let's start with the lowest.
So you're talking any of these games, right?
Any
Home,
of the
away.
Yep, any game. I'm just looking down the list. I can see tickets as low as fill in the blank. Which game do you think you could get in for the cheapest?
Cheapest?
Yeah.
I mean, we're going to throw out preseason. I think you just said that too.
Regular season only. Because you can get into the preseason for like $10.
Yeah. So there's always the potential. You and I have gotten end of the season Vikings hosting the Bears.
Yeah, I'm just talking about right now as I look, and we can put a screenshot up of this when you're done guessing.
But yeah, there's always a potential of that. Both teams suck, $20 a ticket because everybody's trying to get rid of them. So we'll throw that idea out too.
Just
I think
as of
cheapest,
right now, the schedule was just released.
Okay, let's say it again. Cheapest, I think, is going to be $100 face value. Probably $150 after all the fees and stuff at any of the home games.
I want to know like specific game. I want you to go game by game.
you want me to say like Packers tickets are going to be this?
This game on the schedule I can get into for the cheapest. This game is going to cost me the most money.
All right,
sorry if I wasn't clear about that.
The Miami Dolphins, October 4th. You're looking at face value of $100, but right now cheapest it's probably still going to be like I'm going to say $150 per ticket.
Okay.
For the cheapest ticket.
You're not close at all. But that's
no?
okay.
Man. No. Most expensive ticket, maybe this is low-hanging fruit.
And you don't even need to guess dollar amount.
Okay.
I just want to know, like, this is the most expensive game. This is the least expensive game.
So the Mexico City game, that's going to be the most expensive in my thoughts. How wrong was I?
Well, oddly enough, they don't have tickets listed on here for the Mexico City game. So I'll let you re-guess.
Oh, okay.
But your first guess, your lowest ticket price wasn't close. Wasn't good. That's okay.
I will say right now, the Bills game at home is going to be the most expensive.
Okay.
But I already said the Dolphins as the cheapest, so I'm not going to change that.
All right. So to get into the Dolphins game, right now, if you were to buy a ticket this very moment, it would cost you $92.
Oh, okay.
So a little bit below face value of $100, right? If we're saying that face value is $100.
Which I know that's the case because I've looked.
Yep. And you said the Bills at home would be the most expensive. That's a Monday nighter against the Bills. $149.
Okay.
In reality, the cheapest game right now, if we were to buy tickets, would be at New York, at the Jets. $69. We could get into that one for.
Yep. And we could throw in the whole, like, well, you got to get there, and then you got to stay there and eat there. So the whole trip would be very expensive, but that's not the nature of this question here.
The most expensive game right now to buy a ticket for, which is probably a good thing that it doesn't work out in our calendars, which we've already previously texted about.
Is it the Packer game?
It is at Green Bay, November 15th. $370 to get into that game.
So I know something about the Packers tickets this year. A coworker of mine is a season ticket holder for the Packers.
Okay.
And I don't know all the details, but I think he has talked about the idea of there being like a gold package and a green package. And one of them is like the full-fledged, you've been a Green Bay resident or whatever, and your family's had tickets for 50 years, which is my coworker's case, maybe even longer. But that package only gets, I think he said, 7 games of their home games. And then the other package, which I think is the green package, again, we're not a Packers podcast, there was some state money that was given to help renovate Lambeau at some point in the last 10, 15, 25 years, however long ago. And a part of the agreement of getting public state money was there to be a specific package for Milwaukee residents. and that's, I believe, the green package, and they get something like 2 to 3 games a year. And from my coworker, my friend who, has been a season ticket holder, he's gotten them from his parent, like they've been passed down from his parents, but he's had them solely as his for like 15 years or something like that. He has said every year in his memory, the Bears game has never been included in the Milwaukee package. He said the Milwaukee package, the 2 to 3 games that they get every year, are like garbage games. That's the Browns at noon. It's the Bengals at noon. It's never a prime time, and it's never anything good. But this year they got the Bears game, which Packers-Bears, that's a big ticket. Another thing, and even if it worked out in our schedule, because our kind of rough plan was maybe we could purchase the Vikings-Packers tickets in Lambeau from my coworker here. He didn't get the Vikings game this year either.
Oh, wow.
So that could be factoring in on those resale prices. The Milwaukee people, he said, and I think he's jaded, but he would admit that too. He said, the Milwaukee people, they just sell their tickets anyways. Maybe they go to one, but they sell their tickets anyways and make a profit off of it. That might be what they're doing too, because I would imagine the Packers-Bears game in Lambeau is going to be one of the more expensive tickets in the NFL.
Probably in the entire league all season long.
And I think a residual, consequence of the green package, the Milwaukee package, also getting the Vikings tickets will up those prices more than they would have been anyways. So we don't even have the option to go through.
That is such an interesting, I didn't even consider that was a thing. I just figured, Green Bay has all these rabid season ticket holders, and there's this long line that, my children's children won't even get tickets if I sign up for it. I didn't know that there were, different levels to, getting in and getting different packages. And that, honestly, that, kind of plays into the economy of it all too. There's a supply and demand issue almost. The Green Bay residents and people in that area get a select number of games, and then the Milwaukee people get a select number of games. I remember I think was it back in the 90s that Green Bay played some at least 1 or 2 home games a year in Milwaukee just to keep that fan base engaged. I think they played at the Brewers stadium. And I don't know, I guess whoever was doing that might have been really smart at the time, because now they don't do that anymore, but they've got probably one of the most passionate fan bases of any team in the league, arguably. And it sucks because they're annoying and obnoxious, and I don't like them at all. But
yeah, and I think I can't find a definitive number. I think the wait list,
it's got to be
to get season tickets for the Packers
of years long at this point.
This Copilot AI, which you know how I feel about that. It's whatever, but this says there's over 130,000 people names on this wait list, which I'm pretty sure the Packers in Lambeau Field can't hold more than 75,000 seats. So, and my friend was telling me today, you got to think the Lambeau Field, even in the 60s, held something like 50, 60,000 people, and that still was way more than the population of Green Bay. So literally the entire population of Green Bay every Sunday was in Lambeau Field watching the Packers, which made it impossible for anyone else to get in.
Google Gemini just says 148,000, so that might not be too far off. Yeah.
Anyways, I don't want to dive too deep into the Packers rabbit hole.
Why
but
are we talking
all
about
that to say, those games, the Bears game, the Vikings game, and I don't know what else, being a part of that extra package that the Packers have, probably just skyrockets those prices anyway. So, I can believe it.
All those prices are gonna change. Yeah, I mean, if the Packers start 0-5, please, Lord, let's let that happen. That 370 number to get into the Week 10 game at Green Bay will probably drop. If the Packers are not a good team, or conversely, if the Vikings turn out to be not great midway through the season, that game could also dip pretty low. Or another high one is at Chicago week 2, $314 to get into that one. The divisional games are all really high. At Detroit, $276 right now to get into that one.
I'm surprised because even after last year, Detroit, they're done in my book. I think their window is basically shut. So,
but both of the late season games against Detroit and Chicago, both home games, 117 and 115 respectively. So like that's actually a pretty reasonable, like if you just hear me out, right? If you had to put money on a game right now, I'm going to it. I'm going to buy tickets. I know they're going to be bad seats. If you had to put money into one game right now versus Detroit or versus Chicago at home, both of them are home games, those seem to be safe bets because you never know. Detroit could end up being good, even though you just said they might be done. What happens if they turn out to be good this season, and now all of a sudden your $117 ticket is right next to somebody that paid $300 just to get in the door, you know? Or same thing for Chicago, right? If they have this amazing season, like everybody kind of expects them to have, you bought a ticket at $115 and the guy next to you paid $350 just to get in the door that night. Now you look pretty smart for saving a bunch of money by buying it in May or June when you could have waited like we've typically done. We wait for those end of season games where it's like, we can get in the door for $40. You know.
Now I will say I didn't notice this, and I don't know if you noticed this before we started talking about that Lions game specifically. That's a Sunday night game, so that factors into that too. And some people would be like, I don't want the Sunday night because I gotta work. I gotta work the next day, you know. Especially us, we have a 6-hour drive.
Yeah,
we
would need to get a hotel that night and take work off on Monday. Although that might be winter break for me as a teacher, so I could make that work.
The only break I might get is like a furlough or something like that. So,
hey,
if the government shuts down, I don't know.
If you want to go to that Sunday night game, I'm down. I'm pretty sure I'd be off work the next day. So
all right, well we'll keep that in mind. That is a couple days before Christmas. So.
Well, you have said in the past that you would never be able to go to a Christmas Day or Thanksgiving Day game, and I probably wouldn't either. But
I don't even think I would explore that unless it was like with my family. Like that'd be about the only way. And even then, I wouldn't want that. I'd want to enjoy the holidays.
Expensive to bring your whole family. You've got 5 tickets in your family. So I've only got 4.
The Sam Darnold year, 2024. I did that scenario that we were just talking about. I purchased 5 tickets for the Vikings home game against the Lions in week 5 or 6.
Do you remember what you paid? Like, are you comfortable sharing that?
Yeah. It's all said and done. It was between $550 and $600.
Yeah, that's
with fees and everything. Yep. So face value tickets of like $100 because there's 5 of us.
Yep.
And whether or not my son was 4 at the time, he still needs a ticket, you know.
Yep.
But we were also in section 349. There might have been 10 rows behind us, maybe, if that. So they weren't. In U.S. Bank, I would sit in those seats again that I sat. 349, you know, like super high up, nosebleed tickets. U.S. Bank Stadium, you're seeing everything.
Yep.
Sure, there are better seats than others, but I mean, it's a new stadium. You know, every sight line is pretty good. So I'm not complaining about our view of that, but it's not like we had. Those were the cheapest tickets, you know, like, and it was still for a family of 5 just to get in the door, darn near $600. And then I'm pretty sure we didn't like buy multiple drinks and, you know, 3-course meals, but I'm pretty sure we did the whole like, all right, let's get some chicken strips for the kids and some snacky stuff, so
popcorn and some whatever,
and we drove up there the 6 hours, and if I remember right, we stayed in a hotel. I mean, that whole experience was pushing $1,000 for the whole family to go to something that Dad enjoys. My kids like the Vikings. They're growing in their fanhood more and more every day, and my wife enjoys it. She said she likes going to the games, but it's not her thing. It's my thing. So to spend $1,000 on 3 hours of something that Dad enjoys, like, that's a lot of money. But that's a whole nother conversation there.
Well, we'll go down this rabbit hole a little bit more because I brought my whole family to a Vikings game, but it wasn't a regular season game.
Oh yeah,
it was a preseason game, and I felt like I played that one pretty well because we got in for like dirt cheap. It was like I don't know. I don't remember, $10, $15
I remember
a
you
ticket.
saying that, yeah.
And we were sitting around someday over the summer. My wife and I are both teachers, so we were just kind of hanging around the house one day, and I was like, hey, I'm looking at tickets right now, and they play at home on this day, and tickets are this much. And she's like, oh, really? And I'm like, yeah, it's a preseason game.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't matter. And, I mean, it won't be, like, the most riveting game, but it would just be fun to be in the stadium and, like, you know, bring the girls. And she's like, okay, let's do it. And then we were going to get a hotel, and I happened to talk to my uncle who lived in the area at the time, and he was like, yeah, we have an apartment, like, right down the train tracks from the stadium. Like, we're in Bloomington, kind of over by the mall. You can just hop on the train. And he's like, we won't be there, so if you want to stay there. And I'm like, sweet. So we saved money on a hotel. Yeah. We got to go shopping at the mall. I think we probably spent more at the mall than we did the whole other trip. Like,
that's awesome. Maybe that's the way to go.
And that, I think for a young family, I think we did it the right way. And I was confirmed in that, like, the moment we walked in the stadium, because my youngest immediately started bawling because the security stuff and everything just kind of caught her off guard. And we were like, oh yeah, we probably should have prepped her for that. Like, getting searched and going through the turnstiles and everything and the metal detectors. She just wasn't
in a massive stadium.
Yeah, she wasn't prepared for that quite yet. And it took like 10 minutes for her to kind of just calm down. And then we went to there's a couple of spots around the stadium where you can, like, get your Vikings first game pin.
Oh, yeah.
And so we did that whole thing. And of course we got them, like, ice cream or something right away, because they needed that to, like, really get bought in. I'm like, okay, this is a fun place. And then from then on, it was pretty good. So yeah, I think that's the way to do it. My wife did kind of chase him around the concourse a little bit, where I was like, no, JJ McCarthy's playing right now.
And that was like his first game since the injury.
Yeah, it was his first thing. So I was like, I'm going to stay out here. I want to watch this kid play for a little bit. And, all in all, I think our family had a good experience, and it wasn't as, like, important as the regular season, where you want to be, like, I think you told me after that game that you went to with your family, you came home and watched most of it again to kind of fill in the gaps of what you had missed,
which sucks because it was a loss too. So,
it's kind of heartbreaking,
but maybe that's the thing. If I'm bringing my whole family, if it's not like oh crap, tickets are cheap, let's go on a bro trip, if it's my whole family, maybe that it's just more fun to sit on my couch with my big screen TV in the basement, and then my kids can come and go as they please, and they can watch 2 minutes with me, or, you know, the whole game with me. Sometimes that happens, and they have more fun with it, and they still get to experience that, and then I have more fun because I get to watch the game and not worry about spending $1,000. But that's just my mindset. Maybe it'll change someday. So yeah, I don't know. Tickets are expensive, which it's kind of weird to end off after we started talking about the schedule as a whole, but that's kind of where you go to next. It's like, are we going to go to any games? So